Hey folks, welcome to Punchlines. It's December 13th, and it's been hard without Ryan. Wait, what does the giant marquee say at the South Point? Wait, what? What? Look, it's a Christmas miracle. Ryan's back. Ryan's back from New York. Merry Christmas, everyone. Ryan's back. Ryan's back for Punchlines. He's back. Matt Neverett was great. But Ryan's back! It's a Christmas miracle! Don't want to get hit by a car. Ryan's back! Thank you, Santa. Ryan's back. Yes, welcome to Punchlines. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan, and that's a little video I did if you saw my tweet. I did that around midnight last night, and we're very excited. Because Ryan is back, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan is back. Oh, look at him. Oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan, I'm sorry. Are we bothering you during the show?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the... Now, listen, if
Sean
you watch...
Stellato.
Well, now, if you watch the show every day, and we're very thankful that you do, how many subscribers are we up to?
Up over 870, I saw.
870. We're climbing towards 1,000 the next week or two, we hope.
850.
And anyway, so Ryan was off for a couple days. He went to New York to see his high school childhood friend Daniel Bellinger play for the New York Giants. His friend Daniel, still not sure because Daniel was supposed to be on the show one day, and then he got sick and didn't make it on the show. But we're going to get him in the future. Anyway, Ryan, you're in New York. Tommy DeVito is the talk of the town, as you know. I'm actually wearing, you could say Christmas colors, but I also have, look at this. It's also the Italian flag, green, red, and white. So I'm still in Tommy DeVito mode. And you have come back. When have you ever seen him dressed like Johnny Cash like this? Ryan is dressed in black pinstripes, like Tommy DeVito. Is it now Ryan McCormick go?
Yeah, we can go with that.
There you go. So how was your trip to New York?
It was great. It started off 5 minutes. I got my hand smashed in the Uber door. Like door shut, my fingers.
Well, who shut the door?
Well, it's my best friend's wife.
Okay.
She slammed the door on my fingers. So
perhaps maybe she's not a fan of you. Maybe
I guess so.
Maybe your friend says, everyone has one friend that to the significant other, they blame everything wrong. Like, man, I didn't want to do it, but Ryan, he wanted to go out drinking all night. It's Ryan's. And then therefore the significant other ends up hating you. But this was a pure accident. Your hand was smashed. No injury though. I don't see a cast or anything.
It's just
you're not Justin Herbert.
Bruised fingernail.
A bruised fingernail? Okay. Well, the kids will think you painted it and that you're hip and you're woke.
Yeah.
And you have the Riz.
My Riz is here. Got it in New York.
So you're in New York. What happens?
Yeah. So Saturday, Dan wasn't feeling well, so we didn't get to see him a whole lot.
He's still sick. Okay, so it's legit. He's sick.
So we went to the city, got to show my friend Jack the 9/11 Museum and the Statue of Liberty. Those were the two things that he really wanted to do.
Nice.
And then we ended up going back, saw Daniel that night because he was feeling a little bit better, but then he went to bed. And then Sunday.
He went to bed at night? That's so weird.
How it normally works, I think. And then Sunday, he went to the facility, got cleared by trainers and everything, came back at about like 2-ish. So we got lunch with him, hung out with him for the rest of Sunday. Monday, we went into town. Day. We went into Central Park and everything. And then I was trying to get us back to get a little on-site at MetLife during the show, but it didn't work out. Couldn't get back in time.
You don't care about it. You didn't care about us. You were in New York mode.
I was trying, man.
Forgot about your bread and butter back here in Vegas.
And then got to enjoy the game Monday night.
Yeah.
And
you saw a classic game.
It was brutally cold, brutally windy, but it was an awesome game.
But the Tommy DeVito, the comeback, the win. I mean, Monday Night Football. You picked a great game to go see your buddy play.
Yep.
And so your buddy Daniel Bellinger, I looked at the prop bet. It was over 15 and a half yards was his over.
Yes, it was.
So I bet some money on it, and I sent a screen grab of me betting that. I sent it to Ryan, and it was over 15 and a half. And how many yards did Daniel Bellinger end up with?
He had 2 catches for 15 yards.
15 yards, ladies and gentlemen. I lost by a half yard. I'm like, come on, he's going to do it. He's going to have a big game. He's got his buddies there.
He had much more looks. He had the looks, but he lost some reps to Lawrence Cager because he wasn't in practice that week.
Okay.
So
damn it.
Yeah.
When you lose a bet by a half yard, that's a tough one. That's a tough pill.
Yep.
A half yard. But anyway, the Giants got the win, and you had a blast in New York. That's awesome. I think you saw that we had some fun with you. We had you as the Home Alone as Kevin from Home Alone, and then we had you in a Gatorade bath. Matt Neverett, who filled in for you, made a couple funny videos or a couple funny graphics. And last night at midnight, I was running through the parking lot screaming, Ryan's back. Little Jimmy Stewart, little It's a Wonderful Life. But how beautiful does it look outside at the South Point Casino? That's where we do the show from live every day. Take a look behind me. We've got the sports book. We got a cowboy on a phone, which always looks weird to see a cowboy on a phone, right? He should be like, sitting around a fire eating a tray of beans or something. Anyway,
No fun. No
we got a lot of
technology.
cowboys here. The rodeo's in town. These couldn't be nicer people. Ryan, I was telling the story yesterday. It happened to me again. I left the business center where I print out the magic, also known as the script for the show. Oh, look, there's me. Hey, look, I'm on TV. I came out of the business center again today, Ryan, and a gentleman behind me, again, this is the second day in a row it's happened. They can vouch for me. Someone with Spurs walked behind me for my entire... Now, this might have been the same... This could be a super fan of punchlines. But I came walking out of the business center, and so I just hear ching, ching, and then I start to walk a little faster, right? I pick up the pace, and it's ching, 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 ching. So I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm like, is this the same guy who followed me yesterday? Different guy. But, this is the busiest I've seen the South Point since I've been here doing the show for a couple months, 3 months, and it's gonna be crazy all weekend. So a lot of action down here at the sports book and at the South Point, and couldn't be nicer people. They're the people, when you're running for an elevator, the rodeo people legitimately do try to hold the open button for you. Like if you have stuff in your hands, you're like, oh, hold it. A lot of times people go, oh, I don't know which button. The cowboy folk, they will find that button, or you know what they'll do? They'll take their lasso and just shut the door and keep it open, pry it open. So very nice people. We're having a good time here. So, and by the way, today on the show, I should mention today on the show, we have Steve Stallworth. Steve Stallworth, who is the general manager of the Equestrian Center here at South Point, will be here. We've never met. I've never met Steve. Have you met Steve?
I have not.
He's here now. He's sitting over there. We're going to talk to him in a second. Very excited. Got a lot of ties to the community and UNLV. So, excuse me. Actually, I only see his legs. He's behind the monitor, but I know he's here. I see a giant belt buckle. Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. He looks exactly like you want him to look like, ladies and gentlemen. And he'll be here to talk all about the rodeo and stuff goings on here at the South Point Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today is December 13th, 2023, and it's show number 46, Ryan. And, it's a tricky collage to come back to. There's not a lot. The only 46 that popped into my head, and I don't know why, there's a guy who played for the Bears when I was a kid named Gary Fensick, and I believe he was on the 85 Bears, and I'm pretty sure he was number 46. Not a lot of number 46, so you called an audible, as the super producer is allowed to do. Ryan McCormick, what did you do?
We went with famous athletes that are age 46.
Yeah, that have turned 46 years old. All right, I never see these. Let's take a look. Here we go. Becky Hammond right there. Is that her on the lower left in her playing days?
Yep.
Now, she's the coach of...
The Aces.
The Aces that are back-to-back champions here in Las Vegas.
She is.
And I believe the first female to actually interview for some NBA assistant head coach and head coach, because she was with Popovich in San Antonio. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when that Becky Hammond gets a shot at the NBA and coaching a men's team.
Yep.
And, look what she's done with the Aces. 2 titles in a row. That's on the resume, and it's like any NBA team has to go, okay, we have to seriously consider her. Instead of some of these retread guys that you see like 30 jobs in the NBA who have never won, give Becky a shot, right?
What do you think? Do you think she gets to 5 titles and then tries to go to the NBA?
I don't know what it's going to take, but it's going to happen. She's going to be the first one. Without a doubt, she will be the first female coach of a major sport. All right, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is 46 already?
Yep.
Money Mayweather. Wow, that's hard to believe. And he lives here in Vegas, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. And we talked about this before on the show. He used to always post pictures of his tickets, right? He'd make these outrageous bets. Of course, he always just posted the winners. He never posted the losers. But, Vegas
he hasn't posted in a while.
Yeah, he hasn't posted in a while. So we don't know if he's won. Now, I see a Boston Bruin there because, as we know, Ryan is a big hockey fan. I know this guy, Chara. I'm not going to take a shot at his first name. Is Zdeno?
Zdeno. Big Z.
Big Z. Yeah, I know he's a big guy. I know he's hurt the Penguins a lot, but he's 46 years old.
Yep. Yeah, the majority of that list, you probably couldn't have told me that they were all 46, and I would have been, there's no way.
Right. I didn't think Chara was. But Vince Carter. Now, you remember, Vince Carter he came into the NBA in the 70s, I think, Vince Carter. He just came in, he had the big afro, came out of North Carolina, Dean Smith. No, Vince Carter was in the NBA. He must have played 23 years. I don't know how many. It's over 20 years. And, of course, at one point was the slam dunk champ, high-flying Vince Carter, one of the most exciting players. He stayed around till he was 46 years old. That's amazing.
22 seasons.
22. There you go. It's pretty close. Then, oh, wow, Ricky Williams. And you got him in the Texas jersey there with the dreads. Is that him right there? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Ricky Williams, great, one of the best college running backs I've ever seen. And then, do you remember what Mike Ditka did to get Ricky Williams?
Nope.
In the NFL draft, Mike
Enlighten me.
Ditka, of course, he had won the Super Bowl with the Bears. He goes to the New Orleans Saints to become the head coach and I guess GM. They probably gave him the autonomy. Is that the right word? I think so. Wait, what happened? And just gave me the, wait, what happened? So 1 year, Ditka in the draft wanted Ricky Williams so badly that he traded all their picks for Ricky Williams. Like every pick. And then Mike Ditka, and I remember there was a famous video of him walking around like the draft, smoking a big cigar, and he's like, we got Ricky. And everyone's like, yeah, you got Ricky Williams, but you gave up every other draft pick, right?
His team traded every pick in the draft.
Every pick. I was being facetious, but it's
plus 2 of its first 3 picks in the 2000 draft.
What? For one man. It's not, and it's, it's not Walter Payton. It's not Emmitt Smith. You're getting an unproven pro, and he literally traded away every plus 2 in the following year. Are you serious? That is insane. I mean, Ricky had a decent career. I remember he was kicked out of the league. This is one of the first guys, right, for smoking marijuana, right?
Yep.
And then he came back with the Dolphins, I believe, and he had a pretty good career.
Yeah, he had said that if marijuana was legal in his playing days, he'd be in the Hall of Fame for sure. He'd probably be one of the greatest running backs.
Right. And again, legalize it for these athletes. It does way better than any of these pills. Again, you got Big Pharma. Don't get me political. But anyway, I'm getting on my soapbox.
You're 5 foot.
By the way, if I stand here, this is me. Welcome to Punchlines. All right, so let's get back up on the. Oh no, people are gonna have to watch me get back up on this chair. I got to do this pretty cool here. All right, here we go. It's like a booster seat at Pappin's. That was a restaurant in Pittsburgh I went to when I was a kid. All right, one of the GOAT receivers of all time, Randy Moss. I believe he went to Marshall University with Chad Pennington and J-Dub. Remember he played hoops there too with White Chocolate. Jason Williams, who was probably one of the best flashy point guards. Randy Moss, without a doubt, first ballot Hall of Famer. He had that monster year with Tom Brady, who was also 46. They're both 46, both Hall of Famers. Both went, 16-0 in the regular season and then lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl, which was one of the greatest days if you were a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because it kept them from winning the Super Bowl. I don't know. Yeah, that was just great. Eli Manning owns Tom Brady, beat him twice. What's with the hair on Tom Brady in that photo you found?
I think that's his return to New England after he retired.
Oh, yeah, when he came back to get, right.
So he was doing his run down
and he was all fired up.
Yeah, and so his hair was just blowing in the wind.
Yeah, it looks like the Heat Miser from the Christmas special a little bit. And by the way, that's the smallest Vince Carter picture in the world, but I like how he's just...
Yeah, I had to fit him in there somehow.
Well, he's sitting up on Ricky Williams' shoulder. He's like, hey, Ricky, I'm Vince Carter. How you doing? I don't know if he talked like that. I don't think he did.
When he was that small, yeah.
What's that? Yeah, when you're that small, your voice is that high. Hey, wait a second. Anyway, while you were gone, the Farley Parlay last Friday, we did a parlay. Every Friday, me and Ryan and Alex do a parlay. Who did you take?
I took the under and the Chiefs Bills.
Under and the Chiefs Bills, which hit.
Yep.
Alex White took the Cowboys -3.5. And I took the Texans -3.5 against the Jets. How'd that turn out? I don't remember the final.
They scored only 3 points.
Yeah. So that was a lot. So I lost. That's my fault. I'm sorry. That could have been extra spending money for you in New York.
You'll cover the next parlay.
All right. You know what? Let's just do one fast take, and then we'll bring in our guest.
Sounds great.
And then we'll go back to the fast takes after we bring our guest in. I think this is a perfect segue. I want to go to the National Day today, which is the National Day. It's National Day of the Horse. I mean, how apropos is having Steve Stallworth on the show? There it is. It celebrates the important role horses have played in the country's history, economy, military, and culture. And you found a beautiful photo of some horses running in the snow.
Yeah.
Very nice. That's a nice touch. That's what we missed about Ryan. There's a sensitivity about Ryan that he brings to the show. A lot of people would have showed like horses like racing or like doing something. You're like, you know what? Let's set a nice winter serene.
We've got the Christmas tree set up.
We do have a Christmas tree right in front. And you know what? We'll have Steve. We're going to talk about winter season. We don't know how much we paid for this tree. We're going to do a little game with it. We'll bring Steve in for that. We'll find out. But I do want to say, since it was National Horse Day, I went over to the sports book right here at the South Point Casino. The only casino in town, I'm told, that we have our sports book right here. You can see the sports book here. But over here, on the other side of the hot dog cart.
Or here.
What's that? Yeah, it's not so much here as, you're doing a little Tommy boy. We have the only sports book separate from the sports book. So you can go over there if you're a horse guy. You go over there and there's people yelling at horses. Come on with the 3. Come on with the 6. Come on, 6. Let them go. You get that stuff, which is great. Over here, you got your sports guys. And the hot dog cart is in the middle, which is always busy. It's $1.50 for a hot dog. There's me again. Look, I look like the tube dude outside the car dealership. Anyway, so I wanted to bet on a horse. I figured it's National Horse Day. I'm going to go take some of my hard-earned money. I walked over. I grabbed a sheet. Tampa Bay Downs was about to go off. And I saw a horse named My Man Vito. Oh, My Man Vito. I'm wearing the Italian colors. Let's get the whole look. There it is. So I'm like, all right, let's bet on my Man Vito. I put $3 on that. Now, I don't know what happened to the race yet. Now, Sean, who works on the show over here, does our graphics and is he's a big NBA guy, but he also likes the horses. But you work on our special new show, Race Day Las Vegas, with Ralph Sirocco, right? And you guys are here early in the morning. It's 7 to 10 a.m. Pacific time, Wednesday through Sunday. No. I thought I was flowing. 7 to 8. 7 to 3 hours. Yeah, 7 to 8. So, well, I gave him the start time. I gave him post time, as the horse racers say. So it's 7 a.m. Wednesday through Sunday. You can watch Ralph here, Pacific time, right here. It's our new show, Race Day Las Vegas. Numbers are crushing it. And he has guests on, and they give you picks in the races. So I blindly went over on Horse Day and I took My Man Vito. I put $3 on him. He was 15 to 1. He's a long shot. So if this hits, if this is $45, I'm buying Starbucks for everybody because we have a Starbucks right here at South Point. It's open 24 hours. 24-hour Starbucks, which I hit last night at 11 o'clock before I went and shot that video at midnight. So I had a little caffeine burst. So Sean tells me, well, you know what? We had one of our experts give out a pick today on Race Day with Ralph Sirocco. They picked the number 6 horse, Space Runner, at 5 to 1. All right, what are the results of the race? Did I win with my man Vito, or did our pick on the Ralph show win? Sean, do you know what was the outcome of this race? Did I win?
I picked 1.
Oh my! All right, my ticket's garbage. Here's your ticket right here. It won? Oh wait, I crimpled up yours. Oops. It's still good. Chris Andrews, you'll take this, right? Okay. So wait, you put $5 on the 6 horse to win, and this probably paid like $25, $30.
It actually jumped up to 6.
So you got $30. Okay, so that's a pick. Someone gave that out on Ralph's show. So if you want horse winners, make sure you watch Race Day Live, Las Vegas. Horses. There you go. Mine lost. My $3. Stupidly. I bet it blindly, and I went with my cousin Vito because of Vito Corleone and The Godfather. All right. Speaking of horses, we're going to bring in our guest right now. He might as well make his way in. Ladies and gentlemen, I have never met this gentleman, but he is the general manager of the Equestrian Center. He has ties to UNLV, which we'll get to. It's Steve Stallworth, ladies and gentlemen. Steve. Yay!
Yeah, Steve.
Nice to meet you, Steve. Have a seat, sir.
Frank, you guys are having way too much fun around here.
I'm
man.
telling you, we
telling
do.
you.
Well,
Jeez.
they gave us the setting here at the South Point. We got the studio right here in the sports book, and we have a great crew. We got Sean and Ann, our director, Jerry, who's content manager,
Our man Jerry, yeah.
and then Ryan, who was in New York. He was in the big city.
We got to get Ryan a little more fired up, though. Maybe a little more coffee or something. I mean, you know.
That's Ryan's style.
I flew
man.
in
He's
at 12 o'clock last night.
Oh, wait, he didn't land till like midnight because I had sent him the video I shot of me running around like an idiot in the parking lot last night. And he wrote back, he's like, this is really funny, but I could tell he must have just landed because I tried calling him an hour before and it went right to voicemail. I'm like, he's flying back. Okay. So basically what he's saying is he didn't really care about today's job. He took the red eye. He wanted to maximize his New York time.
Yeah, I made the fit.
You made the what?
The fit.
You did.
The whatever.
Yeah, the fit. He made the fit. Is that a clothing thing?
Yeah, your outfit.
Oh, the fit. Oh, see, these kids today, I don't. Do you understand this lingo?
I didn't get that one either, Frank.
But you
I
look
was just
up.
going with it.
Anyway, Steve Stallworth, let's make the show about
man.
Steve now. Ryan's back. But anyway, Steve, thank you for being here. And how long have you been working here at the South Point and running this equestrian center?
Wow. So, Frank, you got to go back before it was even open. So
Right.
I've been with Michael Gaughan now 23 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was at the Thomas and Mack Center 10 years, and then Mr. Gaughan hired me to build the Orleans Arena.
Oh wow. Okay. Where
And-
Ann worked, I believe Ann worked.
That's right, and was with us over there. And somewhere the first couple years we were open, Mr. Gaughan says, Steve, he goes, I want to build an equestrian center at my new hotel. If you remember, this was going to be the South Coast. For a
Right.
minute. And I said, sir, I don't even know what that means. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'll tell you, Frank, just a quick story.
Yeah, take your time.
I called every equestrian center in America. I called every association, every promoter. Thank God for Google, right? Anything that said horses on it, I called them.
Right.
They all said, Steve, that's a horrible idea. That's never going to work in Las Vegas.
Right.
It's what you guys want to do. It's way too far from the central part of America, which is where all the horse activity
Sure.
is. It's way too hot, and there are way too many distractions for these horse shows.
Okay.
So, of course, I reported that back to Mr. Gahn, and what do you think he said?
He said, go for it. Right?
He said, we're going to do it anyway,
We're
so you
doing
guys better figure it out. And I can say today, Frank, for probably the last 7, 8, 10 years maybe, we've been the premier equestrian facility in America. So it's been a lot of fun.
Unbelievable. I went over during the what was it, Jerry? The professional bull riding, the team championships.
Yep.
Over there. Oh my God, was that a blast?
Yeah.
Now I went down to file a little report and I did some video and we showed it on the show and everything. And after I was done and I got what I wanted, I was like, well, I kind of want to see who wins. So I stuck around and it was awesome. It was so much fun. The atmosphere was great. The place was packed and it was a lot of fun. Now, what's going on right now? Now, everyone knows, the rodeo's in town. This is like the biggest gathering of people in the year. But
Right.
what specifically is happening here at the South Point this week?
Well, to find that out, Frank, I have to pull out my handy dandy Vegas Cowboy Central Guide. I don't know if your cameras can pick this up.
We can see it.
but
Now, I want to explain to Ryan.
this
This is a pamphlet, Ryan. This is before you had everything on your phone.
Correct.
You'd actually get a piece of paper that you could walk
Right.
around with and like tuck
And I'm
in a
gonna give
pocket.
you one there,
I'll
Frank.
take it.
Yes,
Heck
yes.
yeah. Schedule of events.
Now, this is everything happening at the South Point here for the 2 weeks during the rodeo. So it
Unbelievable.
is really, really amazing what goes on here. But listen, we there's no secrets here. We are taking advantage of what the city is bringing us with the National Finals Rodeo. And I'll start in the beginning. So before the rodeo even starts, rodeo always starts first Thursday of December every year. We do the Miss Rodeo America Horsemanship.
I saw them walking through the hotel one
That's
morning.
right. Beautiful event. Then we do the National Finals Breakaway Roping, which I don't know if your listeners know what that is, but they can Google it.
Yeah.
Breakaway Roping. There you go. Yeah, Ryan can send them the link. And then we roll into the Benny Binion Buck and Bull and Horse Sale.
Right.
Then we have the World Futurity Bronc finale. On and on
It's
and on.
nonstop activity.
It's nonstop. But currently, right now, we are doing what's called the World Series of Team Roping.
Oh, wow.
This event here, you were talking about the race book and everything. This is the third richest equestrian event in the world.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. We will pay out. I say we. It's our promoter, our friends.
Take credit.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not out
Our
of your pocket. Sure,
our
we
friends from the World Series, Connie Gentry and her team. They will pay out this year over 7 days, $17 million, more money than what is paid out at the National Finals Rodeo. And these are all amateurs, Frank.
Right.
It's so cool to watch. A husband and a wife, or a couple guys that are electricians in Oklahoma to come here and win
Right.
450 grand.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it's amazing and it's cool and it's just it's exciting.
Oh, wait, did that electrician story happen or were you just making
every day. It's happening every day out there.
No way.
They're winning huge money. And like I said, it's all amateurs. These are not the guys from the NFR. It's guys like me and you that rope on the weekends.
Well, wait a second. So you and I could
Well,
compete.
maybe
Now,
not.
hold on. Wait, we might get my camera. We're going to shoot some video, Ryan. All right. I can
right.
do it. It's just anyone can enter and just jump up. And
If you've got $2,500 and you
now
want to
there's
enter,
well,
there
wait
you
a
go,
second.
Frank.
How much did we win on this horse race? How much did I win on this horse race? $30. Yeah, it's and by the way, honestly, I've been here a couple months. I've never seen the South Point this busy, and it's Cowboys, it's Spurs, it's these people walking by. Hello, ladies, how are you?
That's right.
Yeah, and just the nicest people in the world. And there's entertainment. There's live entertainment every night here at the South Point. In the lounge, there's musicians. It's a phenomenal event.
Yeah. We do the buckle ceremonies every night. Which, if you have not been, Frank,
I have
you
not
should
been to
go
a buckle
check that out.
ceremony.
You should check that out.
Now, what is the buckle ceremony for those who don't know?
Every night for 10 days at the rodeo, they have the go-round winners. So the winners that win each night come here and collect their gold buckle for the night.
Oh, okay.
And it's packed. It's hosted by Flint Rasmussen and Joe Beaver. It's live on the Cowboy Channel.
Yeah, the Cowboy
just a
Channel. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
huge event.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like you said, they roll into the concerts
Yeah.
after that. So that's why I'm losing my voice, Frank. It's been a long week already.
Well, I want to go back a little even farther than when you were setting this place up. Further. Did you say further? Farther is distance. So if I'm going back in time, is it further or farther? I'm going to go back a ways. I always get that one mixed up. You went to UNLV. So you've been where were you born and raised?
So I'm from Yuma, Arizona,
Oh, okay.
Frank. Yes, yeah. Small town. Came to Vegas in 1982 to play football, and I came to Vegas to actually cool down a little bit. I don't know if you know, Yuma
You
gets
take
a
the
little hot
310
down
to Yuma?
there.
Isn't
Oh,
that- okay.
absolutely.
That's an old movie. So we actually have some footage of you playing quarterback at UNLV.
Come on.
I went online and Ryan and I put this
Oh,
together.
no.
Here it is. This is you against Washington State coming out of the huddle.
Hey, please don't share this with too many people.
No,
Frank.
no.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, watch the drop back here. Watch the feet. Watch the footwork. Here we go.
Jumping
I hope
around.
you
This
didn't
is
watch.
1986.
I hope
Look
you
at
didn't-
that. Nice. What is that? 7-step drop?
Yeah, that
Look at
was
the
the old
gun.
days.
Boom. Complete right there. So, yeah, this was against Washington State. I did a deep dive on you. And there's another play, Ryan?
Yep. Yeah. There's
Another completion. There
three
we
or
go.
four.
Well, out pattern. Boom.
Now I
Moving
had
the sticks.
I hope you didn't watch the whole game because I had one there that was not pretty. I do remember that. Now, see, back in our days, Frank, I've tried to explain this to my kids. You know, first of all, there was no shotgun. Nobody was in the shotgun
Yeah,
back
right.
then. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
Number two, we only threw it when it was 3rd and long. You know, now these kids are throwing it for, there were no 2-yard passes when I
Right.
played. It's 3rd and 12. Oh, man, okay, we got to throw. I mean, it was a running backs league. It was Ricky Williams. It was all
And
those
speaking
guys
of running
back
backs,
then.
did you? Icky Woods was on the team.
He
Is that-
was. That's right.
Well, I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, so
Okay.
Icky Woods used to run over us when he was with the Bengals.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he had the Icky Shuffle. Are you familiar with the Icky Shuffle, Ryan?
I am.
Remember,
I wonder if Frank can do it,
let's
Ryan.
see. I'll do it. On
Let's see.
Do we have insurance on me?
That's pretty good.
That's the Icky Shuffle. But yeah, you put and Randall Cunningham.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was the trivia question. Who followed Randall Cunningham? So yeah, that was me. I got to follow that guy, right?
That's a who followed Randall Cunningham.
Yeah.
Steve Stallworth. Steve Stallworth. That's hysterical. Now, what was? I mean, could you tell? I mean, with the arm strength and the speed, Randall Cunningham, he was going to be a pro or playing at a college that's not known for its football. And he was a punter too, was he not?
Yeah, All-American. A lot of people don't. They think he was an All-American quarterback. Randall was actually an All-American punter.
Right.
Yeah, 2 years in a row. I don't know if we knew. We were kids. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, did we know he was going to be in the NFL? I mean, I don't know that we knew that. Shoot, 17, 18, 19 years, I think
He played forever,
didn't he?
yeah. He
you
was
saw Randy Moss shoot. He helped make Randy
That's
who he
true.
was.
At the
couple
Eagles,
years
yeah, you're
there.
right.
Yeah, well, the Vikings.
Oh, Vikings.
If you remember.
Sorry, yeah,
That's
sorry,
right.
Vikings.
That's right.
Vikings.
But no, it was a lot of fun. So I redshirted in 82. Then I backed up Randall 83 and 84. And then the coach looked around and said, well, you're the only guy left. So, get in there. So I played 85 and 86. And, yeah, we had a great run. The other thing we're famous for back then, Frank, is I was the offensive captain.
Okay.
And then we had a guy named Suge Knight who was the defensive captain.
Really?
So there you go.
Google him. What happened to
another-
him? What happened with Suge Knight? Where is he currently? I bet you I could tell you where he's going to be for the next 8 to 10 years.
I can tell you where he is. He's in the pokey, Frank.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah.
He was on the team.
Oh yeah, he was our defensive captain, and he was a baller. Suge was a baller and a great person.
Wow.
Just a great guy. Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. There we go.
And see, when I see Stallworth and I see football, I was wondering, are you related to Steeler Hall of Fame wide receiver John Stallworth?
Uncle John. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely.
That's okay. So how can people come down here? How can we come see all the events down here at the South Point? I want people.
Please
to know.
come down. It's free to the public. We open the doors about 8 o'clock every morning. That first rope is flying at about 8 o'clock. But also, Frank, not just the team roping, but we also have about 150,000 square feet of vendors gift show.
That's right. And they're at the front door. They're all over inside the casino. But that's
right.
in the convention hall. Or
Correct.
What do you call it? Okay.
So come do some Christmas shopping. Come, it's all Western lifestyle related apparel and. Shoot, if you want a saddle or some spurs, we can get those for you too, Frank.
I wonder if I should get some spurs and come walking in with some spurs, maybe. It's the
Jingle,
coolest.
jangle, jingle,
jangle.
jangle. There you
Literally,
go.
I don't know if it's the same guy, but 2 days in a row, I've come out of the business center. And, look, I'm sure there's more than one person wearing spurs. Are they permitted in the hotel, by the way? Or
Absolutely.
We can wear spurs anywhere here.
That's right.
What's your favorite upcoming part about not it being? I'm sure when it's over you can exhale, but you're having so much fun. What's one event this weekend? Because I'm here. I want to come back and see something.
Well,
there's a ton of good stuff. I just want to see some roping.
I will tell you, Frank, there's nothing more fun. And as you read this, go to the short goes. When you see short go, so what they do.
Short go.
Now, if you don't mind, let me educate your public.
Please,
real quick.
that's what we need. A lot of
so
people...
30 years ago, team roping was kind of a dying sport. There were about 20,000 team ropers in the country because guys like me and you it's like golf. Team roping's like golf for cowboys. Guys like me and you would go out and pay our $50 to rope on the weekend somewhere, and we'd get our butt kicked by these A guys.
Yeah.
And after a while, we forget this.
Right.
So a guy named Denny Gentry created a handicap system just like golf.
Oh, wow.
So now every time these guys rope, their handicap changes and adjusts and everything else. So what you'll see here is, and it's 1 to 10.
Okay.
So the guys at the NFR, those guys are 10s.
Okay.
Those are 10s. So guys like me and you, we can sit on a horse.
Right.
We're a 1. We can hold a rope. Maybe we're a 2. So what you'll see is there's a 10 roping, for instance.
I see. Yeah,
okay?
I see that.
So a 10 means I'm a 5 header, roping the head of the steer.
Okay.
You're a heeler. You're a 5 heeler. Or I can be a 6 and you can be a 4.
Oh,
or I
heel
can be a
getting the
7.
heels.
Correct.
Okay.
Or I can be a 7, you can be a 3, as long as it adds up to 10.
Okay.
So, and a lot of guys will rope. If I'm a 5, I can rope in the 10, the 11, the 12. I can rope in the 9. I just have to get different partners to qualify with to be able to do that.
Okay.
But long story short, when you see short go, like for instance, what's today? Wednesday, Frank. The short go is at 2:15. So they
Right after the
bring
show.
all of these ropers that qualify for the top. They bring back the 20 ropers for that. The arena is absolutely jam packed.
Yeah.
And these are, keep in mind now, all amateurs.
Amateurs. I love that.
So imagine going to the Super Bowl and throwing your first pass and in front of a crowd that you've never done before. So
Right.
these guys are throwing ropes that are amateurs in front of 5,000 people. And
That's
it's
awesome.
really, yeah, and
hearing
it's
that
really
reaction
cool
for
to
the
watch.
first time like
Oh,
that.
and
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
great.
cool. Like I said, when a husband and wife wins, or a dad and a daughter,
That's
or,
the best,
you
yeah.
know, or a couple just blue collar guys from,
Yeah.
you know, from New Mexico or Oklahoma
Right.
or Texas. It's pretty cool.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
here's
yeah.
something I think I'd be good at: the Ram Rodeo tailgate party. I
There
could do
you go.
that. I think I'm a 10. I'm a level 10 on that. If you want
That's
to put me
right.
down as a 10, you could probably put me down as 11. I'm going to
There
say
we
that
go.
right now. I can tell from 5 to 10. I can go 5 to 11. I can do that.
That's right.
I have done that, and I will do that.
Now, Frank, I got to ask you before
yes,
I leave. And
please.
I know
No,
you're
no,
gonna. I know you're gonna kick me out of here.
No,
but
no. Stay as long
tell
as
me
you
about our Rebels. I was just read we're about 12.5-point dogs against Kansas in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. We'll all be down there.
want. Right.
So, who are you going to take?
Ryan talks a lot of UNLV football, and Alex White. Do you know Alex is a lovely girl who comes down, sports betting analyst. She's on our show a couple times. She's a UNLV graduate, and the coach Odom, he won Coach of the Year in the conference, right?
That's
Is it
right.
Barry?
Barry Odom.
Barry
That's right.
Odom. So what do you think? Ryan's a big UNLV. He's went to Southern Utah, but you follow UNLV more than I
right.
do.
Yeah.
I
What do
mean,
you
we
think,
like
Ryan?
UNLV in this game.
I mean, it's in Phoenix. UNLV hasn't established much of a crowd.
Yeah, you brought that up when they played in the championship down the street. You're like, wear red, come support the team.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good crowd. They lost that game, but they had a good crowd going.
Yep. I mean, they're off two tough losses going on the road. Kansas has a fan base as a school in general, so
Yep.
I think Kansas is going to travel a little bit well.
They travel well
They
everywhere.
do, especially hoops. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
And
Yep.
Kansas is a much up and coming program, so I think that what you said 12.
They got their work cut out for them? Is that what you're
I
12
think
saying?
it opened
might
at
be-
10, went to 12. I think.
Okay, so it's going
yeah.
up.
It's probably warranted.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
Well-
Ryan's not taking a side. It's warranted.
It's warranted.
I'm not going to take it, but it's 12 and a half.
So I'm going. We're going to go down to that one, and then I'm going to the Cotton Bowl this year too, Frank. So we're going to go see
Is that
Ohio
you,
State, Missouri.
Ohio State, Missouri. Oh,
Yep.
and Jeff Parles, who hosts Sports by the Book, is a Missouri graduate, and he was really hoping they'd be in the Fiesta Bowl so he could drive there. But I don't. Is he going? He's not going to make it to the Cotton Bowl, is he?
So
Now my guys are telling me the tickets for that game at 70 to 80% Missouri,
Oh yeah,
because
Right.
Ohio State is not happy that
That
they're
they're
in
a
it.
bit of
Right?
letdown. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right.
But listen, you lose to Michigan, you're not going to make the. You know, come on. You had your chance.
There
Plus,
you go.
Ryan Day is in the transfer portal, right? Now, could you imagine this transfer portal? Could you imagine if you could just switch schools every year when you played? Or
You know, Frank, when I played, if you transferred, it's because you got in trouble.
yeah,
That guy was
Right.
a knucklehead. He has to transfer.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. We didn't have that program when I played. We didn't have NIL either back in the day,
Well,
Frank.
how about that? I
that
mean-
was a whole other thing.
And then Matt Rule comes out and says, well, you know, a good quarterback costs like $1 million in the transfer portal for the no money. I mean, it's like, wait, what?
Crazy.
It's insane.
If I could have gotten a couple hundred, that would have been cool, man. I mean, you know.
Now, you're wearing a
Yeah.
cowboy hat. I grew up, my dad made me watch Westerns as a kid a lot. So
it.
I have some favorite Westerns. Before we get you out of here and we do the tree wager, what are some of your favorite Western movies?
Well, it's got to be the 310 to Yuma for
310
sure.
while you're from Yuma. born
Yeah,
and
there
raised.
you go. Absolutely.
John Wayne movies at all?
Of course.
Yeah.
But same thing with my dad, right?
Yeah, Big Jake
same
was a
thing
movie
back
I
in
always
the day.
watched. The Cowboys with John Wayne. And then
So-
you got your Clint Eastwood stuff.
Well, our favorite in our house, my dad was married 5 times. He has
Okay.
three sons with 3 different wives. And if you remember, that was Bonanza.
Yeah, it was.
So
Big
Adam,
Joe, Little Joe, Haas. right?
and Little Joe. There
Oh,
you
wow.
go. So we were big Bonanza fans
I
in our
love
house.
that.
There
All
you
right,
go.
and the last thing we're going to do with you, Steve Stallworth, is we have a Christmas tree here that Sean brought in. Moneybags over here, who just hit on this race, taking the tip from someone on Race Day Las Vegas, hosted by Ralph Sirocco. We don't know how much he paid for this tree, so you're going to tell us, because I don't know. I've only bought Christmas trees in California the past 25 years, so I don't know. So this is a little guy. This is I was standing next to it and I was taller, so this is about a 6-footer. Ann's biggest laugh of the week. Biggest laugh on the height joke, of course.
Now, is it a real tree?
That's a real
Frank?
tree. Hold on. I'm going to go. Let's
It's a real tree.
Okay.
Water in it. Be careful.
Okay, I won't move it. So this is about what? It's about 4 footer?
4 footer.
4 footer, it's real.
4-footer. It's real. That's what he's saying.
All right, wanted to show everybody. Oh, God, I got to get in the chair again. Hold on, everyone. Okay, so I only know California prices on trees, which were crazy. I don't know if they're cheaper here in the desert. Maybe they're more. What do you think the price of this tree
I'm
was?
thinking that was a buy one, get one, Frank.
It's a BOGO.
Yeah.
It's a BOGO tree. They're
That
like,
was
please, God, take this tree.
That
We have
was
so many.
by the 6 footer. We're gonna throw this one in, man. That's my pick. That's my guess.
I'm
But
going to say $30. Ryan, do you have a guess on this?
I was gonna say 40.
40?
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under 30.
Under 30. Jerry, do you have a guess? Oh, you know the amount, though. He knows the amount. And our director, and
35.
35.
$1.
Split
What?
us.
I know. Yeah, I was going to say you're doing prices right. You can't do that. All right, Sean, the grand total for the cost of that tree was?
Charlie Brown tree.
Okay, so
Okay.
the original price.
The original price
49,
was 49.
but we
but-
bought a big tree. We got that one.
You bought it.
Ah, there we go, baby.
Steve Stallworth.
I had no inside scoop either. So.
Did they throw it in, or you paid?
I was looking at it and they're like, big.
So this was free
That was free.
because you bought the big one.
Because we bought the big one.
Wow. He knows. Listen, ladies and
Hey.
gentlemen, he knows his equestrian arenas. He knows his horses. He knows his quarterbacking. He knows his trees. Damn it. Well, anyway, we're glad we have a Christmas tree. Steve, thank you so much for coming
All
in.
right. Thank
I
you,
want to come
Frank.
over and check out some stuff. We're gonna get Ryan some caffeine. Maybe
Come on over.
What do you have?
Yeah, let's get Ryan going. Come on over. And Ryan, please burn the tape when I leave.
No,
Yeah.
I found that. All right, Steve Stallworth, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back in a couple minutes.
All right.
Thank you very much, man. That was great. Whoa, Jesus.
Right. That was.
We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south of the border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside. Or maybe you're in the mood for seafood. Big Sur Oyster Bar has fresh seafood prepared right before your eyes. Savor freshly shucked oysters, crab legs jambalaya, shrimp and lobster. Beers on tap and a selection of fine wines are perfect to pair with your seafood favorite. Whether lunch or dinner, you'll love this fun atmosphere, located just off the casino floor. Ready to shake things up? Step back in time and treat yourself to one of the oldest restaurant chains in the country. Steak and Shake, famous for original mouth-watering steak burgers and hand-dipped milkshakes in a variety of flavors. For some old-fashioned fun, try Steak and Shake.
There's the tree. Oh, look at that. That's a nice shot. And there you go. Welcome back to Punchlines. I'm Frank Nicotero. We just had Steve Stallworth here, who's the general manager of the Equestrian Center here. What a fantastic guest. And this is something that happened off camera while we took that quick little break. He hadn't seen any of that game footage in like 30 plus years, he said. He goes, where did you guys find that? And I just kind of dove around on YouTube last night. I was up late, running around the parking lot, screaming Ryan's name, looking for Steve Stallworth football clips. So he's having Ryan send him the clip because it's like an hour and 40 minutes. It's probably every play in the game. And he said there's a play on that game he doesn't want to see, but Ryan had cut it down to a package where he was 3 for 3, so he'll use that. But he was like thrilled that we found that. You could see the gen when I said we have some footage here. He's like, wait, what? So the internet, YouTube, which you're watching right now. And speaking of YouTube, let's see. Lucky man. Ryan's back. Yay, he says. Funny open. Now that's acting, says Bob Dalsell. Yeah. And by the way, we might as well mention this, and we'll show a clip later in the week. If you want a Christmas tradition, what Christmas traditional movies do you watch, Ryan? You and your family, maybe you and your lady. That's right. I called her your lady. What am I, 400 years old? You and your gal.
I mean,
quite a figure on that guy. My friend the other day said, my friend Christian goes, oh, yeah, she's a great girl with a nice figure. I'm going, hey, Grandpa. All right, anyway, Christian, if you're watching. Anyway, what Christmas movies do you watch?
Tip's a big fan of The Grinch.
The Grinch, as, yeah, Corny is. Okay, what else? Jerry's hand went up on the Grinch. He threw up the horns for the Grinch. Oh, he could do the Grinch face. That's right. All right, the Grinch.
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story you have to watch on Christmas Eve on repeat. You got to check in. You got to see him shoot his eye out.
Yep.
Here's a little known fact about me. I don't know why that would be like people would. My family and I, we actually saw Christmas Story in the theater when it came out on Christmas Day. The movie only made like $1 million. It made no money in the theater. It became a classic on TV. But my dad's like, we're going to go see this movie because Gene Shepard, I think, he had done some PBS stuff that my dad liked, and we went and saw it. And it became, I loved the movie. I would tell my friends, you got to see this movie, Christmas Story. And by the time we were back in school, it was already out of theaters. And thank God it found a second life. There's actually a sequel, and then there was a new one last year that I never watched. There was Ralphie all grown up. I'll have to watch it this year. But Christmas Story is good. There's way too many. We're going to do a show where we talk Christmas movies coming up. But that's a good one. Yes, Ann has one. Yeah. Did you get Jerry's Grinch face? Can we do
Grinch
it?
Face.
You know how creepy it looks when he's dark like that?
Yeah. No light.
This is like someone could recut. I think there's a recut version of the Grinch trailer where it's a horror movie. You know, like they recut like fun movies, but they can make it look like Elf with Will Ferrell, another classic.
Yep.
Someone recut it as a horror movie and it works. It's like really scary. It's a grown man as an elf coming to get you. Let's see some of the other live comments. Tom Brady fake hair, had no hair in the front, and now he has tons of hair. McConaughey also. I think people who get work done on their hair, I don't think it's that bad. Okay, anyway. I actually think it's not a bad, you should do it. That's all I'm going to say about
Moving
that.
on.
Any relation to John Stallworth? Paul Sugarman, I had it written down. Don't think that I'm stealing that joke from you. Was he related to John Stallworth? Let's see. Ryan, okay. Odds on Ryan and Frank in the team roping competition, Joey B said. Chris Andrews, where are you at? Chris, give me a line. Well, Chris has said I'm allowed to make lines, right? So Ryan and I, no, I'm not allowed to make lines. No Spurs allowed in the pool area. New signs around Vegas this month. Joey, very funny. The Reno Rodeo is like the Super Bowl of rodeo events. Don't try to steal our heat, Reno, Paul. This is Las Vegas, okay? You're our little brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now, and Mindar, is it Minidar or Mindar? Minidar?
Mini.
Is there an I there or is it Mindar? Mindar, thank you for pointing this out. And Sean also pointed out. Now, I crumpled up my ticket. I crumpled up my ticket on my cousin Vito or whatever the Italian horse. My man Vito, my cousin Vito. Hey, Vito. He got scratched, which means in horse racing, means he got whacked. He got whacked, got scratched. You're talking time, the horse was scratched.
Vito
he
got whacked.
He didn't even run. So guess what? I get my money back. That's cannoli money right there. So I get my $3 back, but I'm giving it to Sean, who's going to cash in his ticket. And then tomorrow, when you guys are up watching Race Day with Ralph Sirocco, whatever pick he gives out, throw my $3 on there. Is it on tomorrow? Yeah.
Yes.
Why is
Race
everyone
Day,
laughing?
Las Vegas.
What's that?
Race
what did I call
Day,
it?
Las Vegas.
What did I call it?
Race Day with Ralph Sirocco.
Well, Ralph should. It's like, punchlines with Frank Nicotero. All right. Anyway, Race Day, Las Vegas with Ralph Sirocco. And Frank wishes he had a good figure. Thank you, Vito. That's the friend of mine who said, oh, gal's got a nice figure. Yeah, nice gams on that one. Okay. And Die Hard is a Christmas movie. That's your stepdad. Absolutely. Which version of 310 to Yuma did I watch? Your stepdad? Both. I've actually seen both. It wasn't Gary Cooper.
I think he was asking which one is Steve's favorite.
Oh, it was Steve. Yeah, he doesn't give a crap about me. I know that. Turfway Parkway. Okay, Mindar, great payouts and great value at Turfway Park. All right. Well, we love the live comments. Today is busier than ever, by the way.
I don't know. With Matt, there was a good amount of interaction.
What's that again?
The past 2 episodes, there was a good amount of interaction.
Yeah, we encourage it. We love that you guys do that. I know Lucky Man, or should I call you Sean? Lucky Man, or should I call you Tommy? I found out who Lucky Man is. A little background. It's been a mystery to this show. I know who you are. How's the weather in North Carolina right now? See what he says about that.
Is
That's
he?
right.
Is he actually? I thought he said his daughter was a student at North Carolina. She's Tar Heel.
Well, maybe he could call his daughter and ask her the weather. No, but anyway, he's a friend of Kevin Belenkoff's who watches the show every day. And Kevin even says, he goes, hey, man, that lucky man, he watches the show every day. He loves the show. I'm like, I know. He's there every day. We love him.
Yeah.
We go back and forth with him. So everyone, thank you for watching the show. We have some hot takes, or Frank's takes, whatever we call them, that we wanted to get back to. We wanted to get Steve in here. It's National Cocoa Day, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is it Horse Day, it's National Cocoa Day. And what I would say that you should do is drink a cup of piping hot cocoa while riding a horse. Now that's a competition. They should have it. Get Stallworth! Get him back here. That's what I want to see on National Horse Day, the cocoa riding competition. And they're out there on the horses trying not to scald themselves. I'm an idea man, all right? I got ideas coming at me all day. They come flying in. That was Michael Keaton from Night Shift, by the way.
You stole that.
You knew that?
I did know that.
Anne, my soulmate for all pop culture references.
From the 80s.
From the 80s, yes, exactly. I get these ideas. I'm an idea man, Chuck. All right, listen. Idea to eliminate garbage. Edible paper. Eat it, gone. Eat it, it's out of there. No garbage. That is verbatim, by the way. I've seen the movie Night Shift over 100 times.
This is Chuck reminding
Bill to shut up. Right? Oh, my God. Night Shift. Have you ever seen Night Shift? Henry Winkler, the Fonz. Why am I wasting my time telling me he's the Fonz? Henry Winkler, who you know as the coach from Waterboy, probably. He and Michael Keaton, in Michael Keaton's first movie, they start an escort service from the mortuary. They're both working the night shift, and they got all that space.
Man.
And Shelley Long from Cheers, which was a show on. It's one of the funniest movies of all time. And a Oscar-winning superstar is an extra in the party scene in the morgue, right behind Michael Keaton. He's trying to balance a beer on his head. Kevin Costner's right behind him. Kevin Costner even gets a credit, I think. But Kevin Costner and the little girl in the elevator. That's the mugger with the cookies that beats Henry. It's Shannon Doherty.
No way.
It is. So Shannon Doherty and Kevin Costner both in that movie. My all-time favorite movie. So anyway, National Cocoa Day. I might have I don't drink hot beverages. I don't even drink cocoa. Do you drink cocoa?
Hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marshmallows?
Yeah.
Nope. Again,
Marshmallow, whipped cream.
my mom would give me hot cocoa, Swiss Miss, little packet. I'd let it cool, then I'd drink it like chocolate milk.
That's gross.
I don't like hot beverages. We've gone over this. Everyone knows that. I'm sure the chat room's afire about that. Like, Ryan, come on, don't you know Frank hates hot beverages? All right, this date in sports history. Back in 2015, Tennessee Titan running back Derrick Henry hoisted the 81st Heisman Trophy. He's a beast. He's slowing down a little bit, but these guys take so much beatings, right? But the reason we have a video clip of Derrick Henry. There's Derrick Henry. He wins the 81st Heisman. Who are the other players there? Do we know?
Deshaun Watson.
It was Deshaun Watson?
And Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey. That's right. At Stanford was third. Now, this is the most famous play. You can go ahead and roll that in. This is an unbreakable record. It's unbreakable. It's a 99-yard touchdown run by Derrick Henry against the Jags. I mean, he's just a man amongst boys. Look at these. Look at the stiff arm. Now, right there. How is he not down? Bam. Get out of my way. Get off me. Move. Touchdown. Doesn't even go down. Tony Dorsett, when I was a kid, had a 99-yard run for the Cowboys against the Vikings. I think we showed it on the show. I'm not sure if we have. I was on Monday Night Football, and, it's an unbreakable record that can never be broken, and Derrick Henry shares that too. Tony Dorsett, I remember, he got into the end zone and he dropped the ball, not realizing that he should hold on to it, and that Canton, Ohio, where the Hall of Fame is, would want it, and they had to somehow track it down. They have a football, may or may not be the right one. I don't know if they took Derrick Henry's ball or if he kept it, but it should be in the Hall of Fame. Because, again, it's one of those records you can't break. Like, the longest possible touchdown you can score is 109 yards. And it happened on an interception return. Or Antonio Cromartie Jr. Had a kick. It was a missed field goal. And he caught it right there. His heels are on the paint. It was a guy for the Chargers. I think it's Antonio Cromartie Jr. And then he ran it back 109 yards.
Devin Hester had one, too.
Hester had a 109-yarder?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kick return.
It can never be broken. There's very few records that can never be broken.
Missed field goal.
Cy Young, he won 511 games. No one's ever going to beat that. No one's ever going to win 300. Although Cy Young would pitch like a triple header. How many wins you get today, Cy? Put me down for 5. Okay. And by the way, the Titans versus Texans this week, talking gambling, the Titans are 2.5 point favorites against the Texans. What do you think of that? That's because C.J. Stroud, he's in the protocol, or is he out?
Let me look.
Do we know? I know you landed late. Usually I can go to Ryan and he has these. I know. I'm sorry. But I know it's 2.5. Titans are favored coming off that big win against the Dolphins, which of course set an all-time record. Teams had been 0-767 when down by 14 points with 3 minutes to go, and the Titans came back and won. Will Levis, the only rookie quarterback to throw 300 yards on Monday Night Football. I found that mind-boggling. So there's the line. Yeah, 2.5 and 38. I mean, again, of course, the Texans burned me last week. I took them against the Jets in our parlay, and it lost. But the Titans, are they making a late season run? I don't know. Levis is looking comfortable back there.
Stroud is still in protocol.
Stroud is in protocol. That must be why that line. You probably didn't see any of the Miami-Tennessee game because you were...
Yeah, I was at the
Giants game, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they blew a 14-point lead with 3 minutes to go. Teams had been 0-766, and they're now 767. And Will Levis, the first rookie quarterback to throw for 300 yards on Monday Night Football, that seems impossible. You know what it is? It's the Mayo.
In a 100-year league. In a 100-year
it's
league.
The Mayo and Banana.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. That's unbelievable. All right. Also, happy birthday to Ferguson Jenkins. Speaking of Derrick Henry winning the 81st Heisman Trophy, Chicago Cubs, Texas Ranger. This guy pitched forever. Fergie Jenkins. Look how big he was, too, man. Here's Fergie Jenkins. That's Gary Templeton at the plate. How much do I know baseball? I would bet my life that was Gary Templeton. Switch hitter. Fergie Jenkins, 300-game winner, Hall of Famer.
That was his 3,000th K.
That was his 3,000th K. Look it up right now. If it's Gary Templeton, I'm amazing. I don't know what I'm saying. Gary Templeton's claim to fame, he was traded straight up from St. Louis to San Diego for Ozzie Smith.
It is Templeton.
It is Templeton. I couldn't see from here. I could just tell by that batting stance and that helmet. Gary Templeton, I'm almost positive, had 100 hits from each side of the plate one year. 200-hit season, 100 lefty, 100 righty. Not many guys have done that. I think he was first, but he was a great shortstop, but he was traded for Ozzie Smith. So San Diego Padre fans weren't so happy because Ozzie went on to St. Louis and had Hall of Fame career and won a World Series there. But Gary Templeton would lollygag, man. Mike O'Day, if you're watching, we were at a game and I believe Mike O'Day yelled at Gary Templeton coming in like, "Hey Gary, run the ball out." And Templeton was like, "Yeah, man, all right." Yeah, he hated us.
So Templeton had 100 hits from each side of the plate in 1979.
I was going to say 78. It was a 79 baseball card. Yeah, and I don't know if anyone else has ever done that. He was maybe the first.
He was the first. Willie Wilson did it in 1980. So
Willie Wilson did it the next year. All right, see? Yeah, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you study baseball cards. You can get a show like this, and then you can wager on a tree, and you meet Steve Stallworth. All right, and I think I would be remiss if I didn't talk about a very special birthday today. Ladies and gentlemen, today turning 34 years old.
22.
What was that?
22.
22. Taylor Swift. Happy birthday to Taylor Swift. There she is kissing a man. Who is that man? I don't recognize. That's Travis.
Some football player.
So I did a deep dive last night and found the Stallworth footage. Did a deep dive that Travis Kelce is planning a surprise party for Taylor Swift. That was the headline. And I'm like, well, if a guy sitting in a room in Vegas is reading about it, I think Taylor Swift might be alerted that it says a semi-private surprise party. I don't know. But he's throwing her a birthday. What would you get Taylor Swift for her birthday, Ryan? She turns 34. She has everything. She's a billionaire. What would you buy her?
I don't know if I'd buy her something specific.
What would you get her? Would you wish her?
Probably go on vacation with her.
You'd go on vacation with Taylor. And where would you want to go with Taylor Swift on vacation?
Well, personally, probably like Fiji or something. Yeah. But I'm sure she's been there.
She's flipping the bill. She probably owns a home there.
Yeah. So
she's a billionaire.
Wherever she hasn't been.
There you go. I don't know where she hasn't been. She's been a lot of places. Anyway, happy birthday, Taylor Swift. 34. Boy, it just seems like she was 22. But yeah, 34 years old. The biggest star in the whole world. She's pointing to that cake. Did you make that, or was that a pic? You made that little collage?
No, that's the collage, yes. But
yeah,
that picture's from.
Well, yeah, you didn't design the picture, but anyway, I love that. Is there a cat on there? Do I see cats?
Yeah, there's several cats on the cake.
Oh, she's a big cat person. I just creeped. I was like looking at the cake, and I was like, oh, I like the colors. I'm like, is that a cat's head? There's several cats. It's like that. How many triangles are in this picture?
Not pictures.
What's that again?
So those are actual cats too, not.
Yeah, well, that's good. So, Taylor, I don't know what I'd get her. I mean, since she's turning 34, I'd probably get her Amazon gift card for $34. That's kind of my thing.
What about 87?
I think I had that originally. I was going to get 87. Yeah. Well, times are tough. I lost $3 on a horse race today, so Oh, I'm getting it back actually. Yeah. So Taylor Swift, happy birthday to Taylor Swift, Ferguson Jenkins, big show. So we got Thursday Night Football tomorrow, and it's going to be right down the street, Ryan. How many games have the Raiders played on national TV? Doesn't it seem like
This
every
year?
week?
Yeah.
Every game's been national TV or the late afternoon game, the 125 start. So this game, of course, Justin Hebert. Thinking of Bobby Hebert from the Saints. Justin Herbert is out. Index finger, he's out. Backup quarterback for the Chargers is, we talked about it yesterday.
I wasn't here yesterday.
Therefore, Frank, I was absent. I had a note from my mom, so I don't need to know who the San Diego Chargers backup. I can tell you Gary Templeton had 100 hits from either side of the plate in 1978. I do not know the San Diego Chargers backup quarterback. Matt Neverett, I think, mentioned it yesterday. Matt knew it.
Easton Stick.
What's that?
Easton Stick.
Easton Stick?
Yeah, the best hockey player name that could have happened. And
Oh,
he
my
chose
God.
football.
He's named after an aluminum bat. Easton. Wow.
Stick.
Easton Stick. That sounds like that sounds like someone Rocky would fight in a Rocky movie.
He chose the wrong sport.
Yeah, he sure did. There was a guy Rocky fought in one of the movies. Big Yank Ball was the guy's name. Big Yank Ball. I love that name. And there's so many good names in the Rocky fights. Anyway, so that game, any feel for that game at all? Is anyone going to watch this game? Because you got, Aiden O'Connell playing for the Raiders. It's 3.5 points. Raiders are favored right down the street. That might seem, I feel like I could get tickets to that game.
Maybe. They just lost 3-0 to the Vikings. So it'll probably be the same thing.
And the
with those
Chargers
quarterbacks.
beat the Dolphins 6-0 2 weeks ago.
Patriots.
What's that?
Be the Patriots.
Beat the Patriots. Sorry, yeah. Chargers. Yeah, it could be an offensive. I don't know. I still haven't seen the stadium, but I feel like if I walked around Allegiant Stadium before kickoff, I feel like someone would give me $30 and their tickets. They'd go,
Take this.
just please take these off my hand. My boss gave them to me. I have to tell him I gave them to somebody. So I don't know. I might try to go see that game. If it comes down to a kick, the guy I want kicking for me. I'm just fascinated by this story. This guy who kicks for the Dallas Cowboys. What's his name? Brandon Aubrey.
Yep.
Okay. So this played soccer.
Yeah. No interest in playing football.
No interest in playing football. I don't know how did he get to the NFL? I think, did he play in the USFL or XFL or something?
So it came out in the Dan Patrick show yesterday
Okay.
that his wife gave him the idea to try out football.
In 2019, his wife
after
said,
he retired from playing soccer.
and that was after a long argument, right? Where he's like, I can't find work. I tried. I was on monster.com. Well, why don't you try kicking in the NFL? Like, it's just so easy. And he was like, you know what, babe? Good idea. And he just call up an NFL team and say, hey, I think I can kick. I think I can be the best kicker in the NFL. He has yet to miss. He's 30 for 30, and he played soccer. It's just an amazing story. He doesn't even wear a kicker number. He's wearing number 17. Did no one tell him, hey, kickers wear single digits. You're supposed to wear like 7 or 6 or 2 or 1.
Yep.
He's like, give me 17, and I have a super long neck. Maybe that helps. And you even see him stretching his shirt out in that picture. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, I've been fascinated. I hate the Cowboys, but I'm fascinated by this guy. Every time he kicks out, he's making it look so easy. It's an amazing story. So, all right, do you have any picks tonight on anything? I know you flew in late. Sean, do you have any NBA picks tonight? Anything you like?
There we go. Here we go.
You're back in Phoenix
The big three are back in Phoenix.
tonight.
What's the big three? You mean like are you talking?
Durant
I thought.
and Booker.
Oh yes. Okay. I think when I hear big three, I think Miami Heat. I think LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and the tall thin guy,
Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh. I was going to say Chris something. So yeah, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Chris Paul. They haven't played together yet, right?
Yeah.
It's their first game tonight that they've played together. All right, so that'll be
Bradley-
something good to watch.
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Bradley
That-
Beal, not
yeah.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul's in.
I should have quit the show a minute ago. I was trying to take it to the post, trying to take it to an hour.
Well, we got Reno Paul's
Reno Paul.
parlay for the day. He
What's
likes
he got?
Brandon Ingram over 24.5 points and CJ McCollum over 2.5 made 3 points.
Reno Paul, we're gonna look at that. Frank was saying a good figure. Wait, Don Vito, my man Don Vito was scratched. Yeah, I get my money back. Thank you, Mindar. Hey guys, we really appreciate the live comments. It's highly entertaining. You guys are part of the show. That's why we're here. We want to entertain. We want to give you some gambling tips. Tomorrow we have on the show. Who's coming in tomorrow again? Jeff Parles is here.
Jeff.
No, but we had someone set up or no?
That's for Friday.
That's for Friday. All right, we won't talk about Friday then. Jeff Parles will be here, and you know what? I want to make it a surprise, guys. We have a good show tomorrow. We appreciate you guys watching. Please spread the word about the show. Our subscribers are up to 860. Hard for me to read that number.
858.
858. All right, let's get to 900. Come on, get to 900 in the next week or two. For Christmas, get me that, please, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, thank you for watching the show as always. Sports by the Book comes up today.
No.
It's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
Good morning.
They're off. But tomorrow, Race Day Las Vegas with Ralph Sirocco is on at 7 a.m. Pacific. So watch that. We will be back here at noon tomorrow Pacific for another episode of Punchlines. That'll be episode 47 coming up tomorrow. We appreciate you guys watching. It's always a blast. I have fun. I hope you did too. Punchlines, line stands for Live in Nevada. Every show.